Hello everyone, it is me, Liepards, your coach of the PULSE Diancies, and this is week 6 of the PLBA. This is actually a week late, and the reason was that I had recorded it about a week ago, but then my computer kind of died and I lost the footage and stuff, or whatever, I lost the recording. So I'm just trying again now. um, My opponent is a really threatening team, and honestly, it's like one of the few times where I feel like I have a pretty bad matchup, and I'll get into why. So let's just run down the opponent's team. First off, Mega Camerupt. It's super scary under Trick Room. It hits obscenely hard, and it really just that's what it does, and I can't say any more, but that's definitely enough. Metal is basically the same, when instead of hitting especially hard, it's physically hard, and it's also very physically bulky. So Metal is definitely just a thing. Curum is weird because it's like semi fast but not really. It hits semi hard but not really, and it's also semi bulky but not really. It just kind of does everything kind of well, but it's pretty good at doing those things, I guess, kind of well. Orbeetle has a couple of tricks. It gets like U-turn, it gets body press and iron defense, it gets stored power, it gets recover, it gets screams, it gets sticky web. So like any number of Orbeetles, different sets for Orbeetle could come if an opponent sets Spring Orbeetle. Rose Raid can be run Scarfed, could also be ran not Scarfed too. It could be like Sleep Powder and stuff. Blastoise gets Shell Smash now, which is kind of interesting. Just have to not get swept by that. Girder is a thing. Talonflame. Gillings is arguably better now because of heavy duty boots, so it's not scared of the stealth rocks. Like I was celebrating over getting heavy duty boots Volcarona, and then they just get heavy duty boots Talonflame, which is basically the same thing, just with Talonflame instead of Volcarona. Hatterene is kind of dumb because it gets Trick Room and Magic Bounce, so you can't taunt it. You can't get up hazards against it because it'll bounce them back. Hatterene gets like Calm Mind, Mystical Fire, Dazzling Gleam, Saggy, like it just like a good amount of tools. It gets Giga Drain too, which is super annoying for my Seismitoad. But oh well. Confagrigus, kind of the hard counter to Megalop, also gets Trick Room, gets West, Pain Split. Could definitely be like a nasty plot set if it wanted to be. Too, because it's like a Trick Room, but it also uses Trick Room pretty well too. And then Crawdaunt also kind of uses Trick Room well, but even outside of Trick Room, it can just click Adaptability Aqua Jet, and then it just does like a ton of damage from literally an Aqua Jet, which is honestly kind of dumb. But that's my opponent's team. It's very scary, and let's get into the team that I have built in order to take it on. So first off, we have Gardevoir. Last time we'll see Gardevoir because I traded it away at the end of this week. Just carry and chase. Hopefully we can chase something like Sheer Force from Camerupt, because then I would have Sheer Force, Gardevoir, and boost, I believe, all my moves, which is very good. I have Calm Mind, Psychic Shadow Ball, and Focus Blast. And I have Salicberry. And this is my plan. If I can get Salicberry to activate, and I have a Calm Mind up, I basically win. Like, nothing wants to take any hit, and if I can just weaken like a couple things, maybe like the Orbeetle, or maybe like the Talonflame or something, or maybe like a specially defensive Blastoise or Confagrigus, then I just win. I do just win. So if that can happen, if I can get the Gardevoir in, that would be great. Because it's kind of like one of my win cons. In order to help all my stuff out, is again Sticky Webs. I'm running special again. Just decided today, why don't I run special again? So I have Flamethrower, Surf, and I just have Dazzling Gleam. Flamethrower is for the Metal, Surf is for Camerupt and the Talonflame, and then Dazzling Gleam is just for everything else. I don't really expect Slurpuff really wanting to be in anything else, really, but just in case. Celesteela is Bailey's Bedef in order to beat Hatterene. Is Earthquake, Flamethrower, Leaf Seed, and Heavy Slam. Earthquake Earthquake is basically there just for the camera up so that I don't install used to it. Flamethrower is there for stuff like Melmetal. Leech Seed is for Leech Seed purposes, and then Heavy Slam is for everything else. I believe that basically one-shots Hatterene every single time. I'm bringing Hustle Dracozold again. I mean, we all know this set. It's just very good. I'm bringing Earth Power, Scald, Knockoff, Stealth Rocks. Stealth Rocks are all good, because even if it's Heli Duty with Talonflame, if it's not, then, well, the Talonflame is basically gone. It also hits stuff like Orbeetle and Kyurem, because I'm not really sure if they would want to run Heavy Duty Boots over stuff like Leftovers or Light Clay or Orbeetle or whatever. Although I could definitely see them running Heavy Duty Boots. Knockoff, also just for knockoff's purposes. If I can knock off something, that'd be good. And then Scald for Scald. Earth Power is just there so that I don't lose to Melmetal. As you can see, I'm running Max Max. Just in order to beat Melmetal, honestly. That's the only reason. Then finally, I'm bringing Morpeko again. Also for the last time, because I did trade away Morpeko. I also traded away Dracozold. I'll get into what those trades are at the end of the vid, probably. But I have Aura Wheel, I have Rapid Spin, I have Protecting, I have Potty Shot. This is basically just to get rid of hazards. Like if Hatterene bounces back webs, I want to get rid of them on my side. If it has like rocks and stuff. Like I just kind of want to get rid of those. I don't want all that stuff on my side. Because that would be bleh. And then Parting Shot is also good for utility because I could just kind of weaken the opponent so they don't hit my stuff as hard as they normally would. And so I can kind of just get momentum off of that. Hopefully that's what happens anyway. Then Aura Wheel hits basically everything, at least kind of some of the time. So that's basically the team that I'm bringing. As for what I expect my opponent to bring, I mean, Camerups, some form of Trick Room, probably Hatterene, maybe Talonflame, definitely Melmetal, maybe Crawdaunt. I hope Crawdaunt doesn't come. Blastoise, I have a couple of things for, so I'm not like as scared of it coming. Maybe Roserade. I don't know. That's just kind of what I expect my opponent to bring, and I think I can handle that stuff. So let's get to the replay. Okay, so I didn't really off Slurpuff, just because like it's Sash and can take everything except it's Melmetal, and so I instantly realized just how powerful Melmetal is as that double Iron Bash, which is a resisted hit. Wait, just a second. I forgot my type matchups. I forget if it's water that resists steel or if it's ground that resists. No, I think it's water that resists steel. But yeah, and then I basically just get to nothing this. So the fact that Kyurem comes in really gives me the hint that it's freeze dry, so I just put in Miss Celesteela. And then I just double back into Slurpuff here. So Talonflame's gonna go for U-turn, which is kind of bad for me because it breaks the sash without triggering the sash. And so here I just decide to get the Flamethrower up and trade my Slurpuff for damage on Melmetal. I definitely think this was a good play because this Melmetal is super scary and I can't handle it. So I've been in Sazatoad just again, and then I believe I just decided to get my rocks up because I know it's going to switch out because it switched out last time. I believe I go back into Celsius. No, I go into Morpeko. Just to get initiative like Parting Shot and stuff. And Morpeko instantly dies. And if you didn't notice, this is why it's sitting in the corner. And not, in fact, actually, having a spot. So, yeah, it's kind of sad. But, yeah, Morpeko's gone now. So I never have to deal with Morpeko being bad ever again. Yay. So here Talonflame comes in and reveals that it is indeed the Heavy Duty Boot set. But I know that they're going to switch out. I hope maybe into Camerupt or something. But I just had to Dragon Claw. And here the cover goes for the mummy trigger thing. And so I'm completely fine with that. But what I'm not fine with is this Rodriguez just went for Trick Room. And now Camerupt gets to come in. And I know Camerupt is coming in So I do click Earthquake. But now things are bad. Now things are very bad. You'll see why. And this is why. This is why, my friends. So I basically just have to predict correctly for 2 turns in a row and hope that I don't instantly lose to this thing. Because I'm down 3 mons and they haven't lost a single one. My opponent hasn't lost a single Pokemon. However, I still have a chance, or at least I think I still have a chance. And the reason for that is that, like, my Gardevoir and my Dracozolt, like, they can definitely bring it back. Especially because this Melmetal is about to be gone. Because I have the Sheer Force, and it's about to hit a Focus Blast, and yeah, and Melmetal's gone. Yeah. So Roserade comes in. And just the way it comes in like that makes me think that it's Scarf. And Shadow Ball right there. Like, that just, like, it's a perfect Scarf play. Like, if it wasn't Scarf, it probably wouldn't have gone for that. I didn't think... I thought it had to be Scarf, basically. So I miss a Leech Seed, obviously. And now I just have to Leech Seed again, but hey, they got Shroom back up. Isn't that nice? Oh, isn't that the nicest thing in the world? Luckily, from the damage that the camera up to taking before, I can just spam Earthquake, and then hopefully win like that. I just have to, I'm gonna speed this part up, because it's basically just, like, stalling with Pain Split and stuff. And I'm basically just stalling the Triggering turns away, and I just need to get, like, a good initiative. So here I go into Dracozolt in order to, like, do that, so the Leech Seed there, and then what should happen is that, yeah, I outrage here on the last turn of Trick Room, and then from there, there's not really a lot, or if anything, really, that can take a hit. So I just go for outrage here, and I'm faster, obviously, because I'm Scarf, and so the Silent Limb is really weakened, and they make the right play and sack Camera Up because Camera Up isn't useful anymore. Trick Room's gone, it's at 25%, and gets killed by everything. So there you go. So now I'm confused, and I make a very big misplay here. And what I decide to do is, rather than go out into Celesteela, I click Outrage again. So I haven't calculated this, but I'm pretty sure that I don't kill Rose right here. And if I... sorry. If I did kill Rosary there, then whatever. But if I didn't, then, well, whatever. So here, I'm saying Gardevoir, because I'm like, I make another misplay in my Calm Minding. However, this one I'm less mad at myself for. And the reason I'm less mad at myself for this is because of the circumstances, I wasn't really calcing stuff during this match, at least as much as I normally would. So if I had a calc that, I would have found out that I had a chance to live the Sludge Bomb and put me in Salak Barrier range, which would have won me the match, obviously. I mean, the roll was in the opponent's favor, but if I didn't do that, then I would 100% have lost this game. And so I've basically lost now. I can't really do anything now. My one chance that I could have saved me, which I also didn't do, was, and oh yeah, it definitely could have saved me, was to switch into Celesteela and hope the recoil from Flare Bits was enough to take down the Talonflame. But that's not what happened, and unfortunately, the PULSE Diancies are going to be suffering their first loss of the season. And that is kind of unfortunate, honestly. However, I definitely prefer it to be this week than any other week, and definitely a 0-0 loss as well, because then I don't lose any differential. I'm still number 1 in the league, which is always a good thing. And I can hopefully just pick it back up next week with some more wins and continue doing that. So I mentioned kind of trades throughout the batch up thing, and I guess I should probably reveal what those trades are. So what I did is I traded Dracozolt for Haxorus, because it's basically the same thing except it's not electric type, so it doesn't get Bulk Beak, but it doesn't have to run Scarf every single time, and it gets First Impression, and it gets like close combat and stuff. So it's like sort of better in some regards and not better in some other regards. Next is I traded Gardevoir for Cloyster. I was debating whether to trade Gardevoir for Cloyster or Arctozolt, and I decided on Cloyster, just because it's like instant, it gets spikes and toxic spikes, it gets a spin, and it can still like Shell Smash and stuff. So it's still very scary. Even without Shell Smash, it can do things. So that'll hopefully be a bit better for me than Gardevoir was. Although Gardevoir definitely was still good. Uh, for the week's Gardevoir game. And then finally, I traded Morpeko for Satu, and Morpeko is just kind of the garbage can now. I don't like it anymore. I don't want it on the team anymore, and I've decided to trade this bad spinner for hopefully a good Magic Bouncer. It also gets some cool stuff like Psychic. Like I think it gets Cosmic Power. I know it gets Calm Mind. Like Roost, Nightshades, stuff like Heat Waves and stuff. It gets U-turn as well, which is very good for me because it still retains that like sort of parting shot pivot, but instead of parting shot, it's just U-turn. It also gets like some cool stuff like Destiny Bond or Strange or whatever. If I decide to do that, it gets Defog too, I guess. And so yeah, expect in the coming weeks to no longer see Dracozolt, Gardevoir, or Morpeko, and instead see Haxorus, Cloyster, and Xatu. I do have names for all of them too, so expect to see those. The Haxorus one might surprise you. You know, I don't know. I think everyone's figured out my name theme by now. I don't really have anything else to say, so I guess this is bye. And I will see y'all in the next vid. Or just week 7. Really, yeah, probably week 7. Yeah, bye.